Greetings, ASA members. Let's talk a little bit about the State Board of Ed, the menu of assessments, Governor Ducey, the state legislature. We'll do some shout outs and a few reminders of upcoming opportunities. A week ago Monday, at our division meeting, questions abounded concerning the menu of assessments approved by the State Board for high schools for their use in the 18-19 school year. Now remember, elementary schools can use the menu of assessments should current plans continue in the 19-20 school year. Among the questions remaining is who's paying, when will the assessments be given, what grade levels could take them, will retakes of the SAT and the ACT count, and do all high schools in the same districts have to take the same assessment? Well, I dug out an Ed Week article from April 2016, and the link to that article is provided in this message. That article summarized ESSA rules on alternate assessments. And it states, and I quote directly, "The new regulations make it clear that if a district chooses to offer an alternate test, it has to use the same test with all its high schools." So that answers that question. All high schools in a district must take, for example, the ACT if the district adopts that as the alternate assessment. Now, remember, moving through the legislature are a number of bills dealing with this situation. One is HB 2037, sponsored by Representative Heather Carter. And that bill would require all Arizona juniors to take the SAT or the ACT. So that bill would certainly impact district choices under the menu of assessments. Other bills moving through the legislature offer variations of that, and some would provide funding, some would provide a pilot project potentially as well. So Smart Money says don't make any decisions yet till we see what happens at the end of the legislative session. Now remember, districts, you have until July 1st to make any choices under the menu of assessments. Now let's move on to school safety. Governor Ducey has said that there will be a school safety plan offered this legislative session. The governor told reporters recently that he's still meeting with people on all sides of the issue to discuss the situation. He's met with school superintendents, he's met with parent groups, he's met with people from medical responders. Late last week he met with a few of us who lead the professional organizations. We met with Kirk Adams, his chief of staff, and Don Wallace, his policy advisor. One of the things I told them on behalf of ASA was, we don't want to arm our school staff or our teachers. I also indicated that whatever plan comes out, it must deal with school infrastructure questions, it must deal with human resources, it must deal with a unified approach to training. Not the current fragmented approach where one agency deals with this kind of training, another agency deals with this kind of training. And I further indicated all of these issues would require additional resources. So we'll see what Governor Ducey comes up with. He also told reporters that he doesn't know yet if this will be included in a separate bill or if it will be combined in the budget, and we are nearing negotiations on the budget as we approach the latter days of the session. The governor also mentioned the idea of closing the background check loopholes so that people who have mental issues would not be allowed to obtain firearms. Now, depending on how we define mental issues, potentially half the state's population could be denied the ownership of firearms, but we won't go there. Now I want to move on to congratulate some students in ASA districts for their winning entries in the 2018 Polly Rosenbaum Creative Writing Contest. Almost 200 student entries were submitted. The prompt for this year's writing contest was, what is the importance of civility in civic discourse? Wow, what a concept, civility in civic discourse. Twitter could use an education in that. Okay, grade 7 and 8 winners. First place, Sophia Barnado, and she's from Sonoran Trails Middle School, that's in Cave Creek. Second place, Caleb Felice, 8th grade, Western Sky Middle School in Litchfield. Third place, Michaela Bradley, also Western Sky in Litchfield. Grades 9 and 10, Fiona Suave, Highland High School Gilbert. Second place, Brooklyn Presta, Cactus Shadows in Cave Creek. And third place, Emma Arias, also Cactus Shadows in Cave Creek. Grades 11 and 12, Haley Bickus, Campo Verde in Gilbert. Second place, Raina Jackway, and she's from Cactus Shadows, again Cave Creek, as well as the third place winner, Natasha Jarek, Cactus Shadows, Cave Creek. So Cave Creek, Gilbert Highland, and Western Sky and Litchfield, all ASA members, they all cleaned up. Kudos to them. Finally, the Greek philosopher Seneca once said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So prepare yourself to get lucky by attending some of these ASA events. The annual Higher Ed Conference, that occurs Friday, April 6th. The IT and Curriculum and Instruction Leadership Symposium, April 13th. The Institute for Excellence in Flagstaff, this year that institute, June 3rd through 6th, will feature ASU President Michael Crow speaking on innovation and excellence. And finally, our annual summer conference, Innovative Leaders, Innovative Practices, June 10th through 12th. At that conference, hear about innovative practices in 3 strands of breakout sessions: leadership, 9 through 12, and K-8. We'll see you this summer in Tucson.